Yo, this is Zeladina representing for Ras Kwasi and the whole Lion Voice family. Now listen this is the realest thing. Him closer to me than a brother. Him a me G, me a tell him I'm a lion. Me a go tell you how me feel, me a go keep it real. Me nah go wait till him lay down on the mark. Lion Voice never talk bad about me yet. Him realness me can't forget. Cause when a game time him never bench me, him never rise up against me yet. No, the friendship connect. It's funny how we can talk in front of a million people and never yet drop no catch. So a loyalty till death. Lion Voice, and Zeladina representing. Up,
And one of the key things that links all of the different definitions is that creative industries are industries that are generated by the individual creativity of a creator. So it's coming from your mind, your skill set, your knowledge that is unique and therefore, in many instances, protectable. And this forms the basis of the creative industry. So copyright, trademark are hallmarks, service marks, patents. These are hallmarks within the creative industry. Intellectual property rights are critical for the creative industry. And as Rastafari people, we generate so much intellectual property, but we have not done a good job of protecting it. And
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice. Well, Rastafari repair the damage. Some way we gotta find a way to manage. You ain't gotta change for me. No need to explain to me. Hey yo, things change, things fall apart. Sometimes you gotta live with a broken heart. We survived as slaves, seen days to start. We crossed ocean waves, some were thrown to sharks. We survived that part, survived that ship. Now we got trouble with relationships. She wanna be a bad, some wanna be rich, nobody want family life, we got trick. Got problems from slavery time, that's not fixed. Still we drop it like it's hot, caught by the matrix. In slavery times, I know I couldn't protect. You must admit, I know you lost a little respect. And I know that I had to fight back. You had to watch my manhood under attack. And if I tried to react, killed or locked in a cage. The same rules still apply in the cyber age. Hey, yo, you ain't gotta change for me. In fact, no need to explain to me. I'm a king, that's why it's plain to see. You're a queen, not who you claim to be. Hey, yo, you ain't gotta change for me. In fact, no need to explain to me. I'm a king, that's why it's plain to see. You're a queen, not who you claim to be. She got a back tattoo, her neck tattoo, got a nose ring and a tongue ring too. Got a makeup mask that I can see through. I know what's under the weave and all the hair blue. She got kinky hair, just like mine. First queen of the...
greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of the Lion's Voice. Welcome to the Lion Voice Network and welcome to a movement. We are growing family and we give thanks. We are here for another edition of Lion Law, where we break down topics in the creative industry for our creatives around the world. And most of us are creatives and are participants in the creative industry as Rastafari and the Pan-African family. However, some of us use these terms and may not know precisely what these terms are referring to. So That's what this episode is about. We're making a pivot. So, I used to introduce every episode saying I'm an entertainment attorney. We're making the pivot from entertainment attorney to emphasizing creative industry attorney. And there's overlap, but I do believe it's important to make that distinction, because sometimes when people hear entertainment attorney, they think only about film and television, when there's so much more that we do. So I want to really stress, and you see when I do my intro, it may not be as smooth because I'm still getting used to um, stating creative industry attorney as opposed to entertainment attorney. So that's what this episode we're going to talk about. What is the creative industry? Why is it important? And we will go and do some deep dives in future episodes into particular aspects of the creative industry. But first, I have to big up the Lion Pride. If you subscribe, you are part of the Lion Pride. And I have to big up because we have accelerated our growth every day now. We have new subscribers. We are climbing. We still have not broke the $50 mark. And being very transparent, we monetized the channel. That was one of our goals. We are now on our road to 10,000 subscribers. We have exceeded 6,000 watch hours. So we hit the 4,000 mark, and then the watch hours, exploded. We've done almost half of what it took us over a year to generate in terms of the watch hours. So from a watchability perspective, we have exploded on this channel. So I just want to welcome everyone and just say, if you want to support the channel, please support us on Patreon. Go to the link, $5, $10, $25, whatever you can afford. We do make tremendous sacrifice to keep the level of content coming that we do. So if you love it, and by the comments, people are loving the content, please find in your heart to support us, because we want Rastafari owned media, Pan-African owned media, black owned media that's bringing a narrative that's different. And some people appreciate because we're bringing a lot of Rastafari professionals online. And, typically when you see Rastafari, you're seeing musicians, artists, you may see farmers, but the Rastafari professional, which there are thousands of them, very seldomly get any highlights. So this channel is where you can find some of them. And we're going to continue to bring them from all over the world. I haven't touched my Africa family yet, people, because Lion Talk Live is in the evening, but we're going to bring some of the Africa family on Lion Talk. So don't worry yourself. This is just the beginning. So let us jump into the topic. What is the topic? The topic is the creative industry. I'd like to start by just outlining a definition. This is straight from Wikipedia. So I thought it was helpful. And there are several definitions. There is not a consensus in terms of broadly what the creative industry is, but there's a lot of overlap between the definitions. Some definitions include some industries, some don't. As Rastafari, as the Association of Rastafari Creatives, I'm going to let you know a category that we've included as a revolutionary move in the creative industry. But let's just talk about what the creative industry is generally. It says the creative industry refers to a range of economic activity which are concerned with the generation or exploitation of knowledge and information. So that's very broad. And I'm going to just run through a list of some of the industries that are considered part of the creative industry. So we're talking about advertising. We're talking about architecture. We're talking about arts, crafts, design, fashion, film, music, performing arts, publishing, research and development, software, toys. We're talking about games, TV, radio, video games. Some definitions include education and educational content. And as I said, as the Association of Rastafari Creatives, as a founding member and actually the convener of the Association of Rastafari Creatives, we include farming. as part of the creative industry. And one of the key things that links all of the different definitions is that creative industries are industries that are generated by the individual creativity of a creator. So it's coming from your mind, your skill set, your knowledge that is unique and therefore, in many instances, protectable. And this forms the basis of the creative industry. So copyright, trademark are hallmarks, service marks, patents. These are hallmarks within the creative industry. Intellectual property rights are critical for the creative industry. And as Rastafari people, we generate so much intellectual property, but we have not done a good job of protecting it. And so, in Jamaica, for example, we have the largest reggae station, Irie FM. Irie is a Rastafari IP. I know the elder who created the word sound. He does not get a dollar from the income generated by the use of Irie. The Rastafari community does not receive a dollar from these stations that have Irie in the word. Uh, they don't receive a dollar from these stations that have Irie in the title. We have ITAL. There's so many places where you'll see ITAL. Rastafari does not get a dollar. Irie, ITAL, INI. Some would even say the iPhone. We were the first to talk about I this, I that. You know, you can't tell me Steve Jobs never go Jamaica and hear that and take that use the iPhone. But that's another story. We don't have no evidence for that. That's just how I feel because we know California, those hippies and different people used to go Jamaica regular. So, but these are things that again we have not done a good job in protecting. So it's very important as Rastafari, as Pan African, and traditionally these are not, sexy parts of the trad. So people just ignore these things. We like to dwell within the history. We like to dwell within revolutionary movements, but there's no more revolutionary movement than controlling your economic destiny. And to do that, we have to create income generating assets, and IP is one of the biggest income generating assets that you can have because there's no limit to what you can generate from intellectual property. Real estate, there's only so much land. The creator is not really creating more land. Yes, we have volcano eruption in the sea, new island maybe form every now and then, but can you monetize? Your ideas that you create from your head, there's no limit on what you can create, and these can be monetized. And so the creative industry is crucial, absolutely crucial for how we move Rastafari into the 21st century. We have to have an understanding of the creative industry and be a part. I am in the process of getting ready to launch a creative ecosystem toolkit that will help creatives to format their creative business and be prepared to write a comprehensive business plan that details their creative passion. We are on this channel. Our goal is to transition people from part-time or from a hobby or from a passion into full-time work within their creative passion. And part of that is, again, understanding what creative industry is and understanding what needs to be done to protect your creative output. So that's what we wanted to touch in this episode. We'll come forward to reason on more topics as it relates to creative industry. There are other definitions of the creative industry. What do you think when you hear creative industry? Drop a comment. Let us know what you think in terms of the creative industry. Let us build together. Stay tuned. This fall, again, we're rolling out the creative ecosystem template. You can visit my website right now to get the creative ecosystem outline. We've updated that outline, so there are other components, but it still provides the framework. We deal with production, consumption, reduction as key components that are elements of any ecosystem. biological ecosystem, and we have translated that into a creative framework so that we can think about what we do in the creative industry in a sustainable way, and so that we can plan and we can structure in a way that ensures that there's balance between all of those areas. Because if we don't pay attention to any one of those areas, we create imbalance in the system, and then, once there's imbalance in the system will die. Dysfunction, disease, all of those things come into natural ecosystems when they're not in balance. Same thing happens with your creative ecosystem when it's not in balance. So you have to be thinking about what you're doing from a creative ecosystem standpoint, the same way you would in maintaining a biological ecosystem. So that's our contribution that we are bringing forth to the creative industry, to the Rastafari family, to the Pan-African family, to the Black family, to the global human family, because we don't discriminate from your dealing with truth and rights. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to own our own story. And this is the lion's voice.
When Rastafari repair the damage, some way we gotta find a way to manage. You ain't gotta change for me. No need to explain to me. Hey yo, things change, things fall apart. Sometimes you gotta live with a broken heart. We survived as slaves, seen days to start. We crossed ocean waves, some were thrown to sharks. We survived that part, survived that ship. Now we got trouble with relationships. She wanna be a bad, some wanna be rich. Nobody want family life, we got trick. Got problems from slavery time, that's not fixed. Still we drop it like it's hot, caught by the matrix. In slavery times, I know I couldn't protect. You must admit, I know you lost a little respect. And I know that I had to fight back. You had to watch my manhood under attack. And if I tried to react, killed a locked in a cage. The same rules still apply in the cyber age. Hey, yo, you ain't gotta change for me. In fact, no need to explain to me. I'm a king, that's why it's plain to see. You're a queen, not who you claim to be. Hey, yo, you ain't gotta change for me. In fact, no need to explain to me. I'm a king, that's why it's plain to see. You're a queen, not who you claim to be. She got a back tattoo, her neck tattoo, got a nose ring and a tongue ring too. Got a makeup mask that I can see through. I know what's under the weave and all the hair blue. She got